I am hereby placing you under administrative leave, effective immediately, gun and badge.
Back off. Give me a reason.
When The Rookie makes its way back with Season 8, a lot of fans are going to be watching closely to see what happens next with Tim and Lucy. Their relationship has been at the heart of the series for so long that whatever direction the writers take now could either win audiences over again or frustrate them even more. The show has leaned heavily on Chenford's dynamic from the start, and for good reason, since a bunch of viewers have stayed loyal to the series because they adore watching Tim and Lucy together. Their romance was never straightforward. In fact, the whole slow burn stretched across multiple seasons until things finally came to a head in Season 5, when both characters admitted their feelings and took that step forward. It felt like a major payoff after all the teasing, but their happiness didn't last long. By the middle of Season 6, Tim pulled the plug on their relationship while going through his own personal struggles. Fast forward to the end of Season 7, and the two still haven't managed to get back together. A lot of fans were disappointed with how Season 7 handled things, especially since it looked like the show was moving them back into that familiar will they won't they stage that worked so well in earlier seasons. At first, it was fun to see the tension return because it's the kind of storyline that keeps viewers hooked. But as the season went on, it became clear that the writers didn't really have a plan to bring them back together. By the time the finale aired, nothing had been resolved. The two characters hadn't actually reunited, which made the whole arc feel dragged out for no reason. This was especially frustrating because ABC had given the show a bigger episode count after Season 6 was cut short. That extra space should have been used to properly rebuild Chenford's relationship, but instead, the season ended without giving fans the closure they were waiting for. It almost felt like the show was deliberately stringing things along, delaying what everyone knows is going to happen eventually. Worse still, the conversations that Tim and Lucy did have about their breakup or their possible future were rushed and unsatisfying. One so-called big talk between them happened mostly off-screen while they were drunk, and viewers only saw bits of it through security footage. It wasn't the heartfelt moment fans had been waiting for, and it certainly didn't provide the kind of growth both characters needed. Tim needed to face his issues and prove he was ready to be the kind of partner Lucy deserved, while Lucy had her own lessons to learn about patience and understanding. Maybe both characters did grow in those ways, but the show never let the audience actually see it. Because of all this, many fans feel that The Rookie just can't afford to keep dragging out Tim and Lucy's will they won't they dynamic anymore. It worked before, but Season 7 showed that pushing it too far just makes both characters less appealing. Instead of enjoying their chemistry, viewers were left annoyed by their lack of progress. If Season 8 continues in the same direction, it could end up doing more harm than good for the show's reputation. It wouldn't make much sense at this point for the writers to keep Tim and Lucy apart. The audience has already invested years in their journey, and holding back their reunion would only frustrate people further. The show needs a comeback moment in Season 8, and the easiest way to deliver that is by finally letting Chenford reconcile properly. Otherwise, the whole thing risks becoming repetitive and stale. Season 7 highlighted just how messy things had gotten. For most of the season, Tim and Lucy avoided talking about their relationship, dodging the subject until they were basically forced to address it. Instead of genuine development, the show leaned on random hookups and holiday-themed excuses for them to end up in bed together. While some fans might have enjoyed those moments, it was clear that they were little more than fan service. That kind of writing won't hold up in Season 8, because the characters deserve more depth than that, and the fans do too. By the finale of Season 7, the writers tried to set up a potential future for Chenford, but even that fell flat. Tim suggested moving in together, but Lucy was asleep when he said it, meaning she never even heard the proposal. He kissed her forehead, tucked her in, and promised to revisit the subject later. It was a sweet gesture, but it didn't move their story forward in any meaningful way. Fans were left waiting yet again for something that should have already happened. At this point, the best move for Season 8 would be to reunite Tim and Lucy right away. Dragging out the suspense hasn't worked, so why not start fresh with them as a couple? In fact, picking up right where Tim left off with the idea of moving in together could give their relationship a natural new chapter. Instead of circling back to the same old questions, the show could explore what it's like for these two to actually build a life together. That would be more engaging than watching them dance around their feelings again. Looking ahead, there are a lot of possibilities for how the writers could handle Chenford in Season 8. They could take the bold route and get them back together in the premiere, then spend the rest of the season exploring their growth as a couple. They might even fast-track things toward an engagement or marriage, which would certainly give fans something to talk about. Whatever the plan ends up being, it's clear that the show needs to commit one way or the other, because the middle ground just isn't working anymore. Season 8 is scheduled to debut in early 2026, although ABC hasn't nailed down an exact premiere date yet. It's likely to arrive in January, since that's also when Will Trent Season 4 is set to air. Fans will be eager to see whether The Rookie redeems itself after the missteps of Season 7, and whether Chenford finally gets the storyline they deserve. Beyond the main series, ABC also has plans to keep expanding The Rookie's universe. Even though the first spin-off, The Rookie Feds, didn't last beyond one season, the network hasn't given up. Another offshoot called The Rookie North is already in development, though it seems to be moving slowly. That might actually be a smart thing, since rushing didn't work out well the first time. The Rookie North will reportedly be set in Washington State, likely Seattle, and will follow a middle-aged man who joins the police force after a midlife crisis, echoing the original series setup. But production on its pilot has been delayed until late winter or spring 2026. The reason? The producers and network are holding out until more actors are available, because they want to make sure the cast is perfect before shooting begins. That kind of patience could make all the difference in whether the show succeeds. The importance of the pilot can't be overstated. Networks often decide the fate of a new series based almost entirely on that first episode. If it doesn't impress, the project can be shelved before it even gets a chance to grow. Because of that, The Rookie North's producers are smart to take their time. They know the spin-off needs the right actors in the right roles, or else it won't get picked up. Unlike some shows that get straight to series orders, this one will have to earn its green light the traditional way. For fans, that means waiting a little longer, but it could pay off in the long run. A strong pilot would give The Rookie North a solid foundation, and it could finally give ABC the successful expansion of the franchise it's been chasing. With the main show heading into Season 8 and a spin-off on the horizon, The Rookie still has plenty of life left in it. The key now is making sure Tim and Lucy's storyline gets the attention it deserves, because Chenford remains the beating heart of the series. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.